When you're upgrading a service in production from a V1 to a V2, that's usually pretty important that you get everything right before it hits production. There's a good way to do this, that you can mirror traffic between two systems, so that way they both see the same thing and you can compare the output and ensure at that time that everything looks identical, because it's critical. Like, for example, an auth layer. So we've got a comment here. Can you speak to the testing effort of something like this? We were talking about deploying a brand new V1 with the V2, right? We got that V2 out there. The auth stuff isn't terribly hard to test, right? In like a unit test type scenario. You need to have those unit tests. There, obviously, though, it's important to get it right. And so one of the things that we do at PubNub is mirror our traffic. And we do this by actually pretty straightforward and simple. So we've got, our primary request that comes in here, and that originates from, a user. And so what we'll do here is make sure to route that to our V1 infrastructure, just like before. So the mainline request right here is going to be the critical juncture. And then we also, from a subordinate request or just a sideline request that, we're going to pass over to our V2, we also want to do that, right? So we've got our V2 over here, and it's going to get a copy of that request. The load balancer here will not do much with that request, but the V2 now can be compared with the V1 between these two, and we can check to make sure that the data is the same between both of them. The same outcome. Was the token generated with the API, or was it actually being used to authorize a request? So we compare the signatures and all the different features and parameters of what is being authorized and what is being accessed. Then we simply compare the end result, and that's the ultimate test. And the cool part is you can do that with production data, right? So this is live data coming into your production system, continues to move on forward through your V1 here, and everything's working from that perspective. And so it works just like normal. And then we get a copy of that data over to our V2 system, and then we can compare the two. So that's really a really good way to use a traffic mirroring pattern to test.